Towards the chicane now, the checkered flag will be made ready for him. This has been a superb drive once again as Fred Shepherd takes the victory in the Gordon Spice Trophy Part 2 in that.
Hi, welcome back to Let's Build. Well, here we have a brand new Dominator GTT. Why have I bought a third one? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I've been watching the Goodwood 82nd members meet. And for those of you who don't partake but like old cars, the members meet 2 days and then also the revival 2 days are just some of the best and most fun racing you will ever see. It's all live streamed. Tons of it is shown again afterwards on YouTube. I absolutely love it. One of the cars I really enjoy is the Ford Capri, and watching Jake Hill take it to victory or near victory many years. Jake, of course, being the current British Touring Car Champion. Fantastic. But I can't build that car. But there's another car I can build, a car that I've seen for many years. 1970 Boss 302 Mustang. It's the Bill Shepherd is the, I think, owner of this car. And this year I watched his son Fred Shepherd take the car to victory. I'm pretty sure I've seen it been driven by Romain Dumas as well in the past. A really imposing car on track. And of course, on track, there's often a Mustang or two, a few Camaros, and then everything else are British cars. And of course, these things monster them on the straights, but don't do quite so well on the corners. It makes really exciting racing. So of course, I want to build the Bill Shepherd, Fred Shepherd car that I saw yesterday. So I had to buy a new Dominator. Okay, a bit less fanboy, bit more building. Okay, we're going to have to do everything because I haven't done anything to this car. On the front bumper, that's here, I want it secondary. Secondary is going to be some sort of black to be discussed. And the rear bumper, it's the smooth version that we actually need. So secondary smooth rear bumper. I'm not doing anything to the engine block or underneath the hood. I don't get to see it unless I crash really badly, so let's save that bit of money there. On the exhaust, it's a side exhaust, a big round one. Well, the nearest I can really get is this hot ring exhaust here, so we will have that. We don't do anything to the fenders at all. And on the grille, I want to lose that hood badge, but I do want to keep the grille. So hood badge delete. Headlight covers. So only slightly sad thing here is you can actually have some tape over the headlights, which is great. But I need the primary headlight grille, and obviously this is a feature of the Boss Mustang. I mean, it's much more important than the tape. So primary headlight grille. For the hood catches, I want these chromed ones, which are basically exactly right. When it comes to the hood, I'm going to stay with stock. I do want a little bit of a sort of raised bit in the middle, but everything here is sort of things that aren't on the actual hood, and none of them can really stand for that little piece. So let's just leave it stock. On the interior, now I haven't seen a photo of the interior, but we're going to go for a generic sort of race car build. And I think the carbon tuner seats here with the red belts are going to fit fairly well. I think the car possibly only has a driver's seat for real, but anyway. On the steering wheel, so many of these historic touring cars have the stock wheel, so I'm going to leave the stock wheel. And for the roll cage, the full roll cage, it doesn't seem to be padded. I can see lots and lots of painted tubes on the pictures of the car, so that's what we're going for, full roll cage. When it comes to the lights, I really think you want to leave the yellowy stock lights on this car. For the livery, an initial thought might be black street stripes, because we do get this bit. And in a way, it would almost work the best because the car is basically just cream and black. All the sponsorship logos are black and stuff. But it doesn't look enough like a race car. But if you go down to Resto Mod Racer, which we are going to select, you've got the right sort of stripes, you've got the numbers in the right place, you're doing really well. Unfortunately, you have the extra stripes merging in with an almost black bonnet and the ones over the roof, so it's not perfect. It is what I'm going to pick. onto the louvers, and there are no louvers. There's just two metal pieces which we can't have. For the number plate, the reason it's set already is it's the one thing I have had to play with. I've made this new one up for my Mustangs. Stanged. So there we go. On the respray, primary colour is pretty easy. We're just going to go with a classic cream, and it's ever so close. There's no need for a crew colour on this car. When it comes to the secondary colour, matte black. Yes, these stripes disappear into nothing. No, it's not perfect, but I think it works the best with what we've got. Trim, they've given us a dark colour. I'm just going to stay with black. You'll notice now the roll cage is cream. Well, I think it's white on the real car, but at least that's got us fairly close. Accent, I'm just leaving it the default ice white. Skirts, it actually does these vents and scoops back here, but there are none. That is stock. And the spoiler goes down to secondary wing here, which is really very close. For the splitters, we just want stock. It's very tempting to go down to secondary to get some sponsorship logos, but there aren't any on the real car, so we'll stay stock. Perhaps surprisingly, there's no sun strip on the car. For suspension, the car already sits quite low. I think competition is a little bit far. It's sort of between street and sport. It differs slightly front and back. Anyway, I think I will go with street for this car. I'll do the transmission on the way through. Not doing the turbo because the real car most certainly does not have one. On the wheels, I've got this little inset picture here that I managed to get from somewhere. The wheels are spinning on nearly every photo I could find of the car. And by far the best wheel is to go into tuner, and you want the Fujiwara wheel. There's loads of similar wheels, but they all have a chromed lip, whereas this you can paint all one colour. And of course, you're aware we're going to paint it black. There's no tyre writing on this one, although maybe you'll find a picture of the car somewhere with some, and then you could also add some. I better do my bulletproof tyres. There's no tint on the window. Well, I think we're a bit late for the sun, you know. And I think everybody's fed up of going to Donkey Punch Farm. So let's pop it back in the Mustang collection, because I actually had a 10th space in here. Although I think the truth is that this car probably fits a race car, classic race car section better, but I'm due for a massive garage overhaul. Mustang collection is as you already saw it on the garage tour, except for this one. I changed one of the cars. This is a lightly resto-modded Resto Mod 1 there. So that is the build, and again for Tom, I put my character in some new clothes. I think perhaps even I was getting a bit fed up of all black after all those years, so I hope those meet approval as well. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.